We up? All right. Good morning, everyone. Today is Tuesday, September 26th, 2023. It's now 10 a.m. We're here for the regular session of the Hunt County Commissioners Court. At this time, I'll call the meeting to order and ask Commissioner Martin to lead us in prayer, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance to our flags. Please stand.
Shall we bow? Lord, we thank you for this day. We ask you to bless it. We ask you to bless the people that are here as we take care of the community business. We thank you for the gift of life. As we carry on this work, may we do it in a just and righteous way. Give us wisdom, give us patience and understanding. Continue blessing this great country we live in. In Christ's name we ask these things. Amen.
Amen. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
honor
The Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you, everyone. We got a good crowd here this morning. We have Commissioner Hutchins, Monroe, Martin, and Harrison present. I'm Judge Stovall presiding over the meeting today. Commissioners, you have the minutes from September 9th, 2023 special session. Entertain a motion for approval.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. You have the minutes of September 12th, 2023 regular session. Entertain a motion for approval.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion and second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 5, minutes of September 12th, 2023 special session. Entertain a motion for approval.
So move.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item 6, public testimony. Speakers are limited to 3 minutes and should conduct themselves in a civil manner. The Commissioners Court cannot take action on the items not listed on the agenda in accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act. Concerns will be addressed by county staff. They may be placed on a future agenda or addressed by some other course of response. We have Mr. White. Surprise, surprise.
Hey, this is a regular, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Good morning, Your Honor and Commissioners. It's good to be here today. General Sam Houston said, "A leader is someone who helps improve the lives of other people or improve the system they live under." I want to continue to encourage all of you who represent thousands of people in our area to improve their lives and improve the systems that they live under. After observing you guys for almost 6 months, I believe you're doing a great job of leading Hunt County, so thank you for that.
Thank you.
After our last meeting with the Farmersville Mayor, Weibo, City Manager Ben White, and Assistant City Manager Mike Sullivan, we filed 2 petitions for release of numerous properties from Hunt County. The residents who filed those petitions attended the Farmersville City Council meeting to read those petitions aloud. There were about 35 supporters, including a representative from Congressman Self's office in attendance. Many of the supporters proudly wore shirts that had the phrase, "Don't Farmersville my merit," proudly displayed, actually. I personally provided a status of numerous of efforts and ongoing things that I mentioned during the incorporation, et cetera. As you can imagine, Farmersville City Council was not very pleased with our presentation. But I'm sure they were less pleased when Farmersville Times posted on the front page on September the 21st, 2023, an article entitled "Merritt Residents Petition Council Over ETJ Release." On Wednesday, just before that, we had no knowledge of this article, but Chris Bernard and I met with Ben White for an informal lunch meeting to see if he could explain Farmersville future development plans and possible options for annexation reversal of the Chaparral Trail. It was a cordial meeting, general discussion, but out of that meeting came a possible plan. Once Merritt has filed its incorporation documents, Mr. White believes that the Farmersville City Council will be convinced to reverse the annexation of the trail. He asked us to be patient as they work through that. Who knows if they're going to really do that? But at least he offered that as a proposal. So we are going to move forward very cautiously as we try to put that incorporation document in place, and we'll see if indeed the city council does reverse that annexation. Several other positive things have happened. I've received some additional documents per my public information request, so there's only one still outstanding, but it has many things that are to be provided they have not provided. And at least one Collin County resident in the Farmersville ETJ had his portion of his land taken when he replatted his property. They have now given him the option, if he would file a request for release, that they would return that land. So it's kind of shocking based on their previous actions, but we'll see what they actually do. So lastly, I just want to thank you all for your service. I look forward to working with you in the future as we work together to make Merritt, Hunt County, and Texas the best place to live. Thank you.
Thanks, sir. Just only one. Anybody else wish to speak at this time? Being none, I'll close the public testimony. Was there anybody online? No. Okay. Old business action item number 1, the final plat of Aguirre addition in precinct 3. I believe we're going to strike that. All right. Action item number 8, new business. Under A is consent calendar. Commissioners, you have the consent calendar in front of you. I entertain a motion for approval.
So moved. Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. B, action items. Approval of accounts payable.
I make a motion, we pay the bills.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Approval of line item transfers.
Make a motion to approve line item transfers.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Approval of budget amendments.
Make a motion, we approve budget amendments. Second.
Got a motion and second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Approval of payroll and personnel.
Make a motion, we approve payroll and personnel. Second.
Got a motion and second. All in favor say aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 1, the quarterly report for the Boys and Girls Club of Northeast Texas.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. My name is Brenda Chavez, and I'm the club director for Roanoke. I'm here to just express my gratitude for the opportunity to share the inspiring stories from this past summer as well as this new school year. Firstly, I want to extend our heartfelt appreciation for your continuous support towards our organization. Without your unwavering support, we would not be able to make the positive impact that we do in the community. At Boys and Girls Club, we are committed to empowering our students in 3 fundamental aspects, and these are physically, emotionally, as well as academically. As we began this new school year, our primary objective was to guide our students back into the routine, especially those who were away during the summer. Recognizing the significance of this, we focused on our Smart Moves emotional wellness curriculum. Our dedicated staff, our YDPs, our youth development professionals, took a proactive approach by emphasizing the importance of self-control strategies as the new school year. We understand that emotional wellness is a foundational pillar for academic success and just overall growth in and out in school as well as in the household. By instilling these essential life skills early on, we just aim to equip our students with the tools they need to navigate challenges and thrive both academically and personal lives. And I kind of just wanted to share a short story. During our recent Smart Moves emotional wellness session, we were engaging our students in a STEM activity. They were building roller coasters out of paper. Like any collaborative effort, challenges, always kind of happen within our kids. I don't want to build that, let's do this, let's not do that. So emotions were running pretty high. One of our students, feeling the weight of frustration, came to one of our YDPs, and they were just like, "Hey, can I step away and go get a drink of water? Because I am really frustrated." And what this seemingly simple act turned out to be a significant breakthrough with one of our students. It showcased the growth and progress our students are making in understanding and managing their emotions. The students' decision to step away demonstrated their newfound ability to regulate their emotions and prioritize their well-being. Once again, thank you for your continued support, which enables us to witness and celebrate these transformative moments in the lives of our students.
Hi, my name is Wanisha. I'm the club director here in Greenville. With that being said, on the Smart Moves program, we were able to provide 250 hours over the summer to our members. Also, a story I would like to share is one of our students has a hard time dealing with frustrations, lashing out at the staff, other members in the club, and slamming doors. But over the summer, she has really made a great breakthrough on that, and when she feels overwhelmed, she knows that my office is a safe place for her to come to, and she will just come in there to take a moment to herself, which has been strides for her. And that's all I have to add. Y'all have any questions?
Any questions, Commissioners? Thank you for the report.
Thank you.
Entertain a motion to approve the report.
So move.
Second.
Got a motion second, all in favor say aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Action item 2, a proclamation designating October 1st through 7th, 2023 as National 4-H Week in Texas, and commend the 4-H Youth Development Program of the Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Service and the many men and women who have made the progress a success. Coming up, Sarah.
Thank you all for recognizing National 4-H Week, which will actually start on Sunday. It's always the first week, starting on Sunday, October. And today we have many, y'all stand up, 4-Hers and volunteers and leaders. Quite a few of our 4-H members have come today to represent the organization while we do this. We finished the end of the year in August with just over 150 traditional 4-H members, with another 2,000 reached through outreach curriculum programs. And with starting back September 1, we're already to 100 signed up for this year, so it looks like it's going to be an even larger year in 4-H. So these are some of our club officers, county council officers who came to represent with you today.
Great. Thank you.
So are you going to read it, or?
I will, or you mean what you, I was asked to make some comments first.
Yes, okay.
If y'all want to sit down, that'd be fine. I was asked to explain to these 4-Hers, what the Commissioner Court does and what it regulates. The Commissioner's Court is the governing body for all of the county. We're over all of the budgets for the entire county. We approve, as you heard, personnel. We approve pay the bills. We approve, transfers or budget amendments within our budget. So we control the money of the county. And we meet the second and fourth Tuesdays of every month. Gives us an opportunity to tell the public what's going on within the county, and gives the public a chance to come talk to us, as Mr. Scott did today, and tell us what's going on in the community, and others that want to come in and address a concern or any other issue that they may be having within the county. So this is the body to come to, and we have the jurisdictions over that. And the commissioners, of course, are over all our county roads. They have their own precinct, their own area. They're the ones, if you got a pothole in your road, call them, not me. I'll gladly give you their numbers. No, they do a great job maintaining our roads and trying to keep our public safe. My primary job is budget officer. I'm the first person that gets to see what's going on with the money, and I'm the first person to set the budget, and commissioners approve or disapprove what decisions I make. And then we have the great opportunity to recognize young people like this. So with that, I'll read the proclamation. Y'all got any questions, or? I know I did a great job explaining all that. So. All right, National 4-H Week Proclamation. Whereas the Hunt County Commissioners Court is proud to honor the Texas 4-H Youth Development Program of the Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Service for 116 years of providing experience-based education to youth throughout the Lone Star State. And whereas the admirable program, which seeks to provide a learning experience for all youth through their head, heart, hands, and health, helps young Texans to acquire knowledge, develop life skills, and form attitudes to enable them to become self-directed, productive, and contributing members of our society. And whereas the program's more than 550,000 urban, suburban, and rural youth participants ranging in ages 8 to 18 come from diverse ethnic and socio-economic backgrounds and truly represent a cross-section of the state. And whereas the program undoubtedly could not have achieved the success that it has today were it not for the service of its more than 30,000 volunteers who have given generously of their time, talents, energies, and resources to the youth of Texas. Whereas its proud history, the 4-H program has developed positive role models for countless Texans through its innovative and inspiring programs, and continues to build character and instill the values that have made our state strong. Now therefore be it resolved, the Hunt County Commissioners Court hereby designate October 1st through 7th, 2023 as National 4-H Week in Texas, and commend the 4-H Youth Development Program of Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Service and the many men and women who have made the program a success. Absolutely.
Leaders, you're also invited to come up.
Y'all were smart, you put me in the back, nobody can see me. I get up here with the kids.
I'll pull it back, you focus on that.
See all of it?
Yes. All right, everybody. Big smile, big smile.
Mark, you're trying to
No,
Thank y'all.
no. I'm just trying to help move this. You're missing a wheel.
I know. Know that.
This,
Thank you, Mary. All right, Commissioners, I entertain a motion to approve action item number 2.
So move.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 3, formal bid number 238-23, asphalt hot and cold mix, 12-month contract effective September 24th, 2023 through September 23rd, 2024, awarded to all qualified bidders per attached bid award tabulation in Local Government Code 262.027E. Commissioners, entertain a motion for approval.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 4, formal bid number 239-23, Road Rock 12-month contract effective October 8th, 2023 through October 7th, 2024, awarded to all qualified bidders per attached bid award tabulation in Local Government Code 262.027E. Entertain a motion for approval.
Second.
Got a motion second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item 5, an interlocal agreement between North Central Texas Emergency Communications District and Hunt County for Region 911 service. Commissioners, this is our agreement with the COG. They furnish us the equipment, and also we can keep up with the 911. It also puts us in the region with our 911 for emergency responses. Entertain a motion for approval.
So move.
Second.
Got a motion second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 6, fiscal year 2024 statewide automated victim notification service grant contract by and between OAG and Hunt County and the fiscal year 2024 participating entity services agreement for the statewide automated victim service by and between Aprice Inc. and Hunt County. Entertain a motion for approval.
Your Honor, this is the first contract renewal, and I do make a motion to accept it.
Second.
Got a motion second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action number 7, an order reappointing Richard Hill as Fire Marshal for Hunt County for another 2-year term beginning September 1st, 2023 through August 31st, 2025. Entertain a motion for approval.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion second, all in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Glad we got you, Richard. Action item number 8, the sheriff and constable fees with no changes from last year. Entertain a motion for approval.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 9, Commissioners Court schedule for regular meetings for fiscal year 23-24. Commissioners, there's only, I think we can correct it later, or make a change later in the year, but our second meeting in December is on Christmas Eve. So if that's okay with y'all, we'll address that at the time, whether or not we move that meeting or not.
You know, we've talked about in the past, are we going to try to maybe have a meeting here and there in the afternoon or evening times? Is that something we've looked at?
We can, if the court chooses to. The only problem with doing them on Tuesday evenings is we conflict with City of Greenville Council. And I don't know about any other, I know some of the school districts have meetings on Tuesday nights, and I think the hospital, and the hospital district, so we get a little, I think we can look at it as the year goes on, Commissioner.
Yeah.
We don't.
Easy to do in the off week in the middle, because that doesn't conflict with much else.
So then that would create us having 3 meetings in a month, is that your suggestion?
Or you could move the regular meeting, all the stuff on the agenda to the special. I mean, obviously, there's implications for the auditor's office paying bills.
Right.
But if planned out, you can certainly do that.
Okay, well, we'll work on it and try to get 1 or 2 in during the year, or a few in during the year. Entertain a motion for approval.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion second, all in favor?
With the stipulation of possibly moving these dates.
Okay. Got a motion second, all in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 10, the voluntary roundup program of GEUS to the nearest dollar bill on each Hunt County, next highest dollar bill on each Hunt County juice utility bill. Commissioners, we had a request from Juice. They have a program going where they give assistance on utility bills to those that are struggling paying their utility bill, and ask the public to round up to the next dollar all their bills. And so they've asked us if we would consider doing that and round our GEUS bill up to the next dollar. And that way it would go into their account. Do they manage that, Daniel? Do you know?
They do.
They
use it for charitable purposes, for people who can't pay their bills and things like
Yep.
that.
It's help offset utility services, is my understanding.
That's right.
Your Honor, may I have a discussion in reference to this, please?
Sure.
Here's what my problem is. I have no problem in actually giving it because I believe it was going to be approximately $270-something. 225 actually and 72 cents. We have 19, actually 20 utilities that are out of juice, okay? The thing about it is, in order to do this, I'd rather go to an option in reference to paying it, not every month and balancing it up to round it off to the next dollars, because then we'll have to create a line item in every one of those. In every one of those areas that are done, and we have 20 of them. That's not including, basically, for instance, the courthouse. They're having to split that up also in reference to 60% or 30% goes to the courts or whatever. Rather than having this done every time, I would like to create one possibly line item. This would put a lot of work in reference to the auditor's office, and also it'll cause a problem with the outside auditor if we put line items on every one of them. It's just like the precincts, and like I said, this does not include the precincts for the simple reason they don't have juice. But I'd rather have a one-time type situation in reference to paying it, just like we have, whether it be the FFA or 4-H or all these other bills. In other words, have it in one item. I don't mind giving the 225 or whatever it adds to, but why would we create a problem with all these different buildings and have to basically, GASB requires us to put it in, so we would have to do a line item in reference to given this donation as such. So that's what I would ask. I would rather have, we looked at how the options were, how options work, monthly round-up contribution each month, and I believe it would be good, but, you know, our electricity from 22 to 23 went up from 500 and, let me look right fast, it was from 521,000 to right now, we hadn't even finished this year, up to 599,000, which is right under $600,000 that we're paying the Jews. This goes, I think, to our part of trying to help them fund this. But is it worth, why not do it one time versus every month doing this and having to put a line item on each one of these things? I have talked to the auditor in reference to this, and this rule is by GASB. We have to have that in there. So why not just have one time like we do in most times in reference to it? And I would like for y'all to consider that, the amount, but not do it as they have it under what they have here. Basically do it a one-time situation.
Oh, I don't have any problem with that, Philip, except we don't have, there's no way to calculate that number today. I mean, because every month it's going to be, one month it could be.
It can only be up to 91 cents.
Is the most it can be. Yeah, that's the most it can be.
Yes.
So if you calculate it on the most, and if that's how you calculated it, or the auditors calculated it, you know, I have no problem with that. They ask us to do it, and I think it's a good idea.
I agree with it, but I think the way we do it should be a one-time thing and not having it drawn out, because all that, they're going to have to basically, they break it down anyway compared to departments, whether it be in the courthouse, whether it be in the sheriff's office, and even having to do with this building right here, they're having a percent given out. And
Mary, you got any comments? Yep. Okay, that's fine. Right. You're in $40. Did y'all calculate it based on the maximum?
yes, the 91 times 20, if you will. Do you have that in front of you? That it would be,
Philip, that's fine. I mean, if that's what we calculated, I agree. I don't have a problem with it. I just making sure that we're all understanding it was calculated on the maximum. Commissioners, I'd entertain a motion to approve this with a one-time donation of $240. Is that what you're saying, Philip?
Yes, sir. That'll-
And we'll take, how we gonna pay that is, yeah, but you'll still take it out of the utility bill, though. You won't, it'll come out of that account, it won't come out of another,
Come out of the,
or are you gonna put it in the public services?
comes out of that account once per year at the set rate that we've asked for, and it'll be billed one time.
Okay. All right,
Did you say that would come out of the public services aspect of it?
I asked if it was coming out of there or the utilities. It doesn't matter, but which way, so we can approve it that way.
We don't have a donation line item in Fund 10.
That's my point.
Which way do y'all want it? Does it matter?
I would say this, if I may, I would say the same situation where we pay evidently Greenville in reference to the animal and stuff like that, which,
Public services, but they all have their own line items.
okay, well, we can put one item in that and take care of all of it, correct?
I can, yes, sir.
You see where I'm going?
Public services, I can create a donation line item for it. It's still Fund 10.
Yes.
Still the general fund.
All right, so since that'll be really next year's budget, we need to table this and take it up at the meeting in October to get it in next year's budget.
Correct?
I mean, no, you can approve it now. We can.
For next year?
Yes, and I can do a budget adjustment for next year once we're into the next fiscal year.
Okay. So I'll entertain a motion to approve a one-time contribution to JUICE for their utility assistance program to be paid in next year's, but in 23-24 budget, and out of Fund 10 public service account, and the money will be moved, budget amendment out of contingency to fund it. Okay,
So move.
all right.
Second.
Got a second? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 11, a proposal for architectural services from Grace Hebert Curtis for the design of future municipal complex comprised of 3 phases. Adam, you want to come forward and introduce yourself to the court? I think they all probably know you, but public may not.
I don't know if they want to know me or not. Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Commissioners. Happy to be here. Madam Fishbein, Secretary Treasurer of Grace Hebert Curtis Architects out of Addison. We've been working with the county for a while, looking at different complexes and properties for you guys. We were selected for your IDIQ RF, I guess it was qualifications, 3 weeks ago, maybe 4 weeks ago. And we have looked at the property out, the old Mary Puddinhill property that you guys have acquired, looking at what we can do with that property and trying to assist you. And we've presented to you 3 proposals. One of which we're going to do it in phases, or the intent would be to do it in phases. The first one is to go out to the property, and we have the capabilities to go and LiDAR scan the buildings that are out there so that we can actually see what's really there. We've been there when there was a bunch of warehousing going on there. There's a bunch of stuff in the building. We haven't been there since, but we know there's some issues that we're going to have to look at in the facility. We got a structural engineer on board to go and look to ensure that it's structurally capable of doing what we're asking it to do. And then we've also got our civil engineer on board to go and look at the drainage issues that are out there, the way the buildings are set up, and the way the drainage goes really underneath the building to the pond that's out there is something we'll address. So that's the first part. And then the second phase of this is to create some imagery for you for what that complex could look like, and ultimately how you can utilize it in the future. And we'll be looking at the buildings that are out there to ensure that you can use them. Some of them have some things in them that we're just going to have to really analyze and let you know whether or not it's the right thing to do, whether the money is well utilized. We certainly don't want to waste your money. And then the third part of this, or the third phase, or the third proposal you have in front of you is to analyze the departments that would theoretically be located out there or could be located out there, and or where they would move in your complex here downtown, so that we would know what the demographics and the body counts are, the needs of each one of those departments, and we'd spend quite a bit of time with those departments to ensure that if they were to move, that we had the right parts and pieces for them so that they would be adequately staffed and square footage wise. So those are the three proposals, Judge, that you have in front of you. And did I miss something, or I'd be happy to
No.
expand on
Chance
it?
we might run the third one at kind of the same time with the second or so, just so we can.
And in fact, we can run that one
Anytime.
right now. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. So the intent was to kind of compartmentalize these so you guys could see what you're getting delivered. But realistically, they'll kind of all run at the same time.
So the public knows that, the conditions of the building, the warehouse buildings, the metal buildings, they're in pretty good shape. They're fairly new. We don't expect anything. The old brick building, I've said all along, I thought, well, I'd tear it down, and then I changed my mind, and I told Adam we'd leave it up to the architects to tell us if it was usable and a good enough building to be usable. So, and we're gonna let them decide what we need to do, and the engineers decide if it is usable. It's a pretty old building, and I don't have a vision how to make it look good, but these guys will have that. So the public knows also what we're talking about is, especially, I know that the county clerk will probably move part of her office out there that deals with the vital records and land records, so that the public doesn't have to come down, find a parking place, get through security to get to her office, make it more convenient for the public. We get a lot of complaints in her office about how hard it is to get to those records and to that service, so we want to help that out some. And then, we'll probably, at least my idea, at least the court will decide and all, but I feel like it's necessary that we have law enforcement out there, so I'm suggesting we look at moving Homeland Security out there so that we have law enforcement on site, as well as maybe some other security. That will be determined at a later date. But the Elections Administration will definitely go out there. They're in a very cramped space, and it's not good when we have these elections, especially, these presidential elections, when we got people wrapped around the building and up and down Washington Street and out in the wind and the cold and the rain, and it's not good for the public. So our hope is to build a community room that'll be adjacent to the Elections Administration area, where we'll have plenty of room to conduct these elections and early voting especially, and then it'll also be available to the county offices to use for meetings. And the county does not own a place where we can have a meeting in a conference room, really. So we're in need of being able to move some. I guess the sheriff's got a meeting room or two at the sheriff's office behind his secured doors, so it'd be a little easier if we can get the public in and out if they need to have meetings with us. So there's some exciting things to me, and hopefully the public is as excited about it, and getting other offices relocated to the building on the interstate where it'll be a little bit more user-friendly for the public. We have acquired about 80 acres out there, about 60 of it's usable, part of it's in the floodplain. Part of it's clearly intended for a new jail to be located behind Glen Oaks, and kind of in between Glen Oaks and the sewer treatment plant. So it's up on the hill. I think it'd be a nice spot to have it away from the public, but easy accessible to the public, where nothing will be built around it any time. So we'll keep it away from neighborhoods. That's the plan, and y'all will be helping us work on some type of site plan of the whole use of the facilities, maybe in the future. As I've called it, it's kind of it'll be the county campus over time. We got enough land out there to move whatever facilities over time we need to that location to, get us, not necessarily away from downtown, but we've got a courthouse that'll be 100 years old in 29, and it's really not very accommodating for today's workforce. We have cables that are running along the stairways and along the floors and the tops of ceilings and all, because you can't get through those walls in that courthouse. So I'm looking forward to moving forward and working with your architectural firm. Commissioners, you got any questions of the proposals? Not, I entertain a motion for approval.
So moved.
Second.
And a motion second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Get started.
We already have, I just didn't tell you.
Okay. Thank you, Adam. All right, action item 12, the request to construct electrical power distribution facilities which will be in the right-of-way of County Road 2260 in Precinct 2.
Make a motion, we approve this construction under usual stipulation.
Second.
Got a motion second, all in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Action item 13, the upgrade of approximately 1,235 feet of County Road 1014 from rock to oil sand in Precinct 1 at county's expense.
Make a motion, we approve this upgrade.
Second.
Got a motion second, all in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Action item 14, upgrade of approximately 1,460 feet of County Road 1019 from rock to oil sand in Precinct 1 at county's expense.
Make a motion, we approve this upgrade.
Second.
Got a motion second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item 15, upgrade of approximately 1,140 feet of County Road 1024 from rock to oil sand in Precinct 1 at county's expense.
Make a motion, we approve this upgrade.
Second.
Got a motion second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item 16, upgrade of approximately 4,963.2 feet of County Road 1054 from rock to oil sand in Precinct 1.
Make a motion, we approve this upgrade.
Second.
Got a motion second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item 17, the upgrade of approximately 350 feet of County Road 1058 from dirt to rock in Precinct 1. Money is in escrow.
Make a motion, we approve this upgrade.
Second.
Got a motion second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action 18, upgrade of approximately 5,730 feet of County Road 1094 from rock to oil sand in Precinct 1 at county's expense.
Make a motion, we approve this upgrade.
Second.
Got a motion second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Somebody's running for re-election. Upgrade of approximately 4,203 feet of County Road 1141 from rock to oil sand in Precinct 1 at county's expense.
Make a motion, we approve this upgrade.
Second.
Motion second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 20, the upgrade of approximately 1,613 feet of County Road 3501 from rock to oil sand in Precinct 3. Money is in escrow.
I so move.
Second.
Got a motion second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item 21, the upgrade of approximately 1,860 feet of County Road 4120 from rock to oil sand in Precinct 4 at county's expense.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Got a motion second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item 22, the upgrade of approximately 2,270 feet of County Road 4209 from rock to oil sand in Precinct 4 at county's expense.
Make a motion to approve, and election's not up for me anytime soon.
Do I hear
You
something?
want me to make an amendment to that or not? Second.
I got a motion second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. The upgrade of approximately 2,101 feet of County Road 4307 from rock to oil sand Precinct 4 at county's expense.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Got a motion second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item 24, the upgrade of approximately 4,002 feet of County Road 4415 from rock to oil sand in Precinct 4 at county's expense.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Got a motion second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item 25, the upgrade of approximately 1,499 feet of County Road 4800 from dirt to rock in Precinct 4 at county's expense.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Got a motion and second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item 26, the upgrade of approximately 3,030 feet of County Road 4813 from dirt to rock in Precinct 4 at county's expense.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Got a motion second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action 27, in Precinct 2, on making the street names in the Greenville MHC official. This edition is in the ETJ of Greenville. off County Road 2182 and was approved by the City of Greenville without street names on the file plat. These streets will not be maintained by Hunt County. This is a plat that was filed as a one-lot subdivision for the mobile home park at the corner of 34 and Bethel Road, which is also County Road 2180. 2184? Okay, 2184. It's under construction out south of town. They turned in a plat looking for addresses, and the street names were already used within the city and in the county, so they're not usable for 911 purposes. So we asked for new names, and we're going to approve this and file it in our minutes and hopefully attach it to the plat, maybe in the clerk's office or something. Have we talked about how we're going to get it really of record other than just in the minutes of our court?
Just in the minutes is all we were thinking, just so it's
Somewhere.
somewhere.
Daniels, does that sound all right?
Yes.
Okay.
Your Honor, this was prior to us taking back the ETJ, correct?
Oh, yeah, it's been under construction 2 years.
Good enough, thank you.
Yeah. All right, entertain a motion for approval.
So moved.
Second?
Got a motion second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. In Precinct 3, I'm naming a private drive Dexter Hill due to the needing additional addresses for the development on this property will not be maintained by Hunt County. This is a property out off 34 where they're building warehouses. It's just south of this project on the other side of 34. They've already got a driveway in with numerous metal, I guess they're for storage. They're not individual storage, but big buildings for industrial storage. And they're going to build a couple of more. They own the land, they own the buildings. It's not a subdivision, but because they're getting enough buildings back there, they need addresses for 911 to be able to, and law enforcement and emergency services to be able to respond to the correct location.
May I ask this, it's going to be in Precinct 4,
Precinct 3.
in Precinct 3 rather than, it's a mistake right there. But anyway, my question is, are they making sure that they have for fire departments and all that, is it going to be heavy enough the roads to go back in there? Are they going to be able to meet ours?
Well, I don't think we have anything over them, Philip. It's a private property. They're not dividing it. They've just built buildings. We don't have any building codes that we can enforce. They've got a driveway there. I don't know what else we do.
Right.
Legally, we don't have any authority.
And I believe that David Jones has been involved in discussions with the owner of the property as well regarding fire access and proper access on it. This is just for 911 addressing. Instead of having one driveway that accesses 4 or 5 buildings with Highway 34 addresses, they'll now have addresses off of Dexter Hill.
Good enough.
All right, entertain a motion for approval.
So move.
Second.
Got a motion second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action number 29, a proposal for 435-acre development on County Road 4105 in Precinct 4. Brandon, you want to start, or Brian, I'm sorry. I apologize. You want to? All right, well, come forward and state your name and for the record and. Sure.
Thank you.
You need me to send this image?
flick through it. Let me see. Oh. I don't know how to put this in presentation mode. I'll just ancient Florida somewhere. Where is it? Sorry. We'll just click through like this.
Okay, good morning, Your Honor and Commissioners of the Court. Thank you so much for your time today. My name is Amy Sherrod, and I'm the Director of Marketing for Sunbelt Land Management. And today I'm here with Dwayne Christie. He's the Director of Sales for our Texas Division, and Lauren Dickey, who's our Director of Acquisition and Construction. Today we're here to share details about a new community we'd like to bring to life in Greenville, as well as share some information about the history of our company, our expertise, and our experience. So over the last 50 years, Sunbelt Land Management and its family of companies have developed luxury communities throughout the Southeast. This collection ranges geographically from historic neighborhoods in the Carolinas, deep into coastal Florida, and all the way to the Gulf Coast of Texas. There's no reliable substitution for experience. To be in the right place at the right time over and over again takes decades of building intelligence. Our extensive knowledge of the inventory of land throughout the Sunbelt states and our experience building large-scale developments gives us a significant competitive advantage. So a little about what we do. We develop land into livable communities throughout the Sunbelt states. Each development has a unique aesthetic and point of view, and all of which are distinguished among other communities by their standards and reputations in their respective regions. At our core, we excel in the art of discovering prime land at the most favorable prices, shaping it into an extraordinary, unique, and highly livable community. Our mission is to introduce a coveted, in-demand product to the market, one that not only enhances the portfolios of our valued buyers, but also enriches the local region. Here's a look at a map of some of our communities in our portfolio. As you can see, our focus is on the Sunbelt states, including the Carolinas, down into Florida, and into Texas. Taking a further look, here's a glimpse at some specific communities in our portfolio. Starting with the sanctuary at Costa Grande, this is in Port O'Connor, Texas. It's an 800-acre Gulf Coast community with a private member-owned saltwater marina and extensive amenity center. We have Marina del Palma. It's in Palm Coast, Florida. It's a gated community on the Intercoastal Waterway with a private marina and a state-of-the-art boathouse. Next is Water Bridge in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. It's a coastal community built on 674 acres with over 120 acres of protected woodlands. It has a magnificent clubhouse, boat and RV storage, and a state-of-the-art fitness center. When this one was made, it actually had the largest residential pool in South Carolina. Next, we have Cannons Gate in Emerald Isle, North Carolina. It's a gated community on 287 acres with a 10,000 square foot clubhouse and a private marina. We have Beachside in Palacios, Texas. It's a gorgeous gated community on the Texas Gulf Coast with a community clubhouse and a resort-style swimming pool. We have Skycroft in Weddington, North Carolina. It's a gated community set amongst ancient oaks and rolling meadows. It has a spectacular Tudor-style clubhouse and an oversized community pool. We have Water Ridge in Auburndale, Florida. This is a world-class lakefront community with resort-style amenities including 3 pools, 4 lighted tennis courts, and a fitness center. We have Waterway Palms in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, which is a gated community on the Intercoastal Waterway with an impressive 2-story clubhouse built on an island in a large interior lake on the property. And then we have my favorite at the moment. This is a new community of ours. It's called the Shores of Tranquility, and it's in Titusville, Florida. It's 350 acres, and it's located right on the Intercoastal Waterway across from the Kennedy Space Center. It's going to have a marina, a fishing pier. It's got a golf cart-friendly town center, so all of our residents will be able to drive their golf carts up there and go to restaurants, shopping. There's going to be an ice cream store, boutiques. And what's really neat about this one is that it's located directly across the Intercoastal Waterway from the Kennedy Space Center. So all of our residents there will be able to see rockets launching into the sky right from their own backyards. So that's just kind of a glimpse of our history and our experience. And DC is going to come up here and chat a little bit about our process.
Thank you, Amy. This is some information about the sanctuary at Costa Grande, which I was integrally involved with. I was the director of sales there. And the top slide you see up there is a before shot. That was the land when we purchased it. And then you'll start to see on the right-hand side, that's 90 days after we started digging the marinas, 200 days, 400 days, and then we completed this in about 550 days. It's about an 800-acre property. There's about 150 acres of marina lakes on each side that are all dockable. And we've got a center island there which hosts our amenities. The vision to reality screen, on the top left, you'll see a rendering of the sanctuary swimming pool that we showed customers in our pre-development sales efforts. And on the right-hand side, you'll actually see the finished product, which looks almost identical to the rendering. The clubhouse is the second shot down. The rendering's on the left-hand side. The right-hand side is the actual clubhouse. The marina itself is the third slide down, and across on the right is the actual finished marina. Then you'll see the center island rendering that we did on the last screen, and then the one on the right-hand side is actually the finished product. These are Florida properties. This is the Marina del Palma on the top left. That's a rendering on the left. The actual product is on the right-hand side. Second one down is the clubhouse, rendering on the left, actual clubhouse finished on the right-hand side. The dry storage facility on the third slide was a rendering, and then the right-hand side. We did change the dynamics of that a little bit because the property was better suited to put the building on the other side versus where it was originally planned. The bottom screen, a rendering on the left, and then the marina actually on the right-hand side that was completed. Introducing the ranches at Grand Oak Estates. This is the 435-acre community that we would like to develop here in Hunt County in the city of Greenville. It's nestled in the heart of the Lone Star State. We're going to offer a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for those truly unique and expansive residential community. We have sort of done some work on a drawing here. Approximately 200 home sites within the community. Anybody that's familiar with this land, there's a 10-acre site that you'll see up there that's got an existing 24 stall horse hotel that you would call, and then a storage building off to the side. That's going to be carved out, and that's going to be used for the HOA and given to the HOA. We're going to have two gated entrances off of the main county road up there, one entrance coming in, another entrance going out. Those will both be gated. We would like to plan on putting in asphalt roads, which we will maintain. The HOA will maintain those over the course of the project, so the county won't have to deal with any roads within this. And lots we're planning to range from 1.5 acres to 3 acres. Plan features and highlights, again, sprawling estates. We're going to really try to concentrate on the North Dallas market. We'll be offering this up to those folks in McKinney and Plano and Frisco and those areas. It's a really close drive over here. We're going to theme this with an equestrian theme, and so we'll find the horse lovers there or people that have the desire to own a horse at some point in their life. We'll keep a 15-foot easement around the entire property. Just go back to that real quick, so that people can ride their horses all around the exterior of the property within a 15-foot corridor, and then they can end up back here at the hotel itself. So we're very excited about it. We think it's a beautiful piece of land. We think Greenville is a great town. We love the infrastructure here. Benefits to Hunt County, obviously increased tax revenue from a property tax standpoint. Property value increases will stimulate the local economy. We'll be bringing people in here. who will, eat in the restaurants, use the local vendors, improve school funding, enhance reputation in investment. This is an estimate that we've got for improving the water line. The water line would be improved, and the green lines up there would come down that Farm to Market Road and come over to the subject property. It's going to go from a 4-inch, I believe, to a 6-inch line. The approximate cost of that was about $1.5 million, and that's actually just to bring the water line to the property. That's not feeding the property itself.
Can you go back to a slide?
Yes, sir.
That map?
Yes, sir.
So you're coming from 118 down at Farm to Market?
Yeah, there's some booster pumps, I believe, that have to be improved here. This study was done by Dunaway.
Where's your water coming from?
Shady Grove.
Okay.
And I believe we did talk to Jeremy, I think, at Shady Grove, who sort of verified this as well. Our development process involves pre-selling the community after the plat has been recorded and prior to the site improvements being made. We are requesting a variance exception to the current rules. To assist the court in hopefully granting a variance, we kindly present the following items for your consideration. Our past development history, success, and the fact that we have developed approximately 150 single-family home communities across the southeast U.S. We have completed all site improvements for each, and we've never had a performance bond called. The second item is we will provide Hunt County with a performance bond guaranteeing site improvements that have been estimated and approved by an engineering firm and approved by Hunt County. And the third item is we will escrow 25% of all sales proceeds to go into a local attorney's escrow account, and those funds will be used only for bonded improvements until we have fully constructed all bonded road and water improvements. This will give the county an added insurance policy in addition to the performance bond. So we thank you for your consideration, and we'd be happy to take any questions you may have at this time.
And would you make copies of all that and send it to us?
Yes, sir. We actually have made hard copies of these.
No, thank you.
We'll leave these with the commissioner as well.
Okay. The 25% of the sales price is, y'all only finance these lots, so is that going to be just a down payment of 20?
We do not own or finance lots. No,
You don't?
no, sir.
Okay.
No. And so the 25% would come off the top line price. So if we sold a lot for $150,000, we would take 25% of the $150,000 and put that into an escrow account. I assume we would have an agreement between us, the developer, and the county that specifies all of this. That agreement would then be sent to the title company. The title company would then be instructed to deduct the 25% of the proceeds out of every sale and send it to the attorney's escrow account. And then I assume the attorney would administer payments for site improvements as they came along out of that escrow account.
Gated, it's going to be gated. We will not be responsible for a pavement or anything like that. My question is it'll be turned over to the homeowners association within how much time?
At sellout, so a couple hundred lots, I would say we would probably sell those within an 18 to 24 month period. After we sell the remaining inventory, then we would turn it over to the homeowners association.
Okay, you said these were about an acre and a half lots, up to how much?
Acre and a half to 3.
So it'll be septic, correct?
Yes, sir. Yeah, it would be county water through Shady Grove and then septic systems.
You're doing this in phases, right, Dwayne?
We will. We will build it all at the same time. We will, for sales purposes, we will phase it between probably phase 1 and phase 2. We're not going to open up, 200 lots to the public at the same time. We'll probably open up 100 or half of it to the public. Depending on the pace of sales, we'll go through that, and then we'll open up into phase 2.
I understand this, all these pictures that we've been looking, having lakes and all this around there, is it your anticipation that you might have waterfronts or building lakes throughout the whole thing because of I was looking at one a while ago, basically low areas. Is that true or not?
Well, yeah, there are some existing lakes on the property. Some of them are stock ponds, one of them we'd call a lake. We would probably improve some of those stock ponds and those lakes to make some of those properties probably more attractive because they're more waterfront. There's not a lot of trees out here. It's pretty barren, so that really plays into an equestrian theme because it's going to be better for horses in general, but we probably would create some water features to make it more appealing to the public.
Is there a common area? I don't know.
Yes, sir. There's 10 acres that we're setting aside right in this area right here. That's about a 10-acre site that has the existing horse hotel. It has a storage facility that we will deed over to the HOA as well. And then I'm thinking we'll probably put in a covered pavilion here. We're going to be thinking about things for the long term that are less maintenance on the HOA. Clubhouses and swimming pools really increase your HOA expenses and they weigh on the HOA over time. We don't want to do that here, so we'll probably create some things, barbecue grills and things like that, that aren't heavily maintained over the course of a project.
What kind of enhancements are you going to make to the existing facilities?
Cleanup, the existing horse hotel is in pretty good shape. It's going to have to just be cleaned up a little bit. The storage facility, once Mr. Lanning gets out of there, we'll evaluate that.
It's just a hay barn now.
It's just a hay barn, and the thing is, I don't really see a reason to tear it down. So we're going to probably just deed that over to the HOA. The HOA, in some of our communities, they hire folks to cut common area grasses. Some of our HOAs go out and buy an actual John Deere tractor with a shredder, and so they would have a facility to store that sort of stuff if they chose to do that over time.
Are you going to have any type of indoor or covered arena?
There is an actual indoor arena in the facility here, in the back of it, and then on the side, there's also a lane, an area where you can trot horses.
Yeah, they're pretty small, though.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. I live with a horse-crazy person.
I understand, yeah.
She eats, sleeps, and drinks horses, and she grew up in the Plano area in North Dallas, and if you're attracting that area of residents, I'm not sure how many of them are going to go trail ride. There are a lot of them are going to be wanting to ride on premises in some type of controlled environment of an arena, whether it be covered or open, for safety reasons.
Correct, yeah. That's something we would take into consideration. I mean, that is a fairly, even though it looks small on this map, 10 acres is a fairly sized portion here, and so there is some room here where we could make some of those types of improvements.
I noticed in Florida, and basically, but here in Texas, you have Huntsville. Over in Huntsville, you had put one of these in, am I correct?
Yes, sir. Yes.
What was that called?
It's called the Ranches at Royal Pines, and it's in Walker County. We launched that about 18 months ago. We're right now finishing up the roadways and getting ready to put in the gated entrance on it. It was a bigger acreage community. It's about 1,000 acres total. The lots averaged about 8 to 9 acres per site.
Have y'all, how many houses have been built in that area?
There have been none so far. Yeah, we're just now finishing. We got the power in within the first 60 days, and then we've been working on the road since then. We had a little hiccup with a road contractor. We had to sort of let him go and brought in a new road contractor, lost a little bit of time on that.
Have you got with the local electric company out in that area and make sure they got the power to serve?
No, sir, not yet. No, we're basically just, I've been personally working on this since January. The seller, who I have a tremendous amount of respect for, is a pretty tough character.
I know him well.
Mr. Lanning, yes, sir. And actually, the thing that sort of broke the ice is I actually came up and met with him face-to-face, which we don't typically do a lot of when we're trying to acquire land. I had a very nice meeting with him and his wife, and so We've got some performance items. We've got to, do a boundary survey. We've got to object to some title. We got a title commitment. We got to object to some of the things in the title, and we want to try to perform on this as quickly as possible. We've got a due diligence period that we've been allowed to sort of do our due diligence, and then we've got an extra period beyond that, and then we've got to give Mr. Lanning some time to get all of his facilities off of this property. He's actually keeping 160 acres next door, so he's going to, I think he's sort of paring down and then moving next door, and so we really, enjoy the relationship with him, and, if we can get, a positive vote by the commission, we would love to, put the pedal to the metal and really take this project on and go fast.
I would like to thank you for bringing this proposal to us here. I appreciate y'all coming before the court so we could ask these questions.
Thank you very much.
On the private lakes, are they going to be a homeowners association, or are they going to be part of individual lots that will,
We typically put the lots all the way into the lake so that the actual owner owns up to them. I understand that the county has a buffer, a 50-foot buffer restriction around lakes and stock ponds like that, so the building sites will be set back, but we'll typically deed those right to the individual.
with the aerobic systems, you'll have to have a certain separation?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, and thus the acre and a half is going to be the minimum, so that people would have at least an acre to build upon, and then they've got a half acre set aside to the aerobic system.
Tell me this, we're talking about ponds and lakes and tanks and all this bit. How many acres are you talking about in reference to water? How many acres? What do you consider a lake or a pond or whatever, I guess? Are we looking at an acre, 2 acre?
Probably 2 acres maximum. Yes, sir.
The old pond's probably 3, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, so I would say the size of that older pond up on the, in this area right here.
It's fairly good size pond.
Yeah, would be, and we'll probably enhance that with a fishing pier. We'll probably have a deeded access point off this road that the homeowners association will have so that individuals can come down to the fishing pier and fish in the pond with their children and just enjoy the pond itself like that. But I would see us maybe improving some of these ponds. And
one of those got an island in the middle of it, doesn't it, with a gazebo, or used to have?
The big one in the middle right here, yeah, it does, yeah. And this is another one that I think we'd like to enhance as well. So again, we just sort of drew this off of an application off the internet. This is not a professionally designed community map at all.
How many feet of frontage are on the road there? Roughly.
Are you talking about how much frontage is on the county road?
Yeah, for the whole project.
Do you guys know how much frontage is on the county road? I believe 1,500 to 1,700 feet.
On the trail around the perimeter, what type of improvement are y'all making to that?
Probably nothing. That trail will be an easement. So if you own this particular plot right here, the back 15 feet of it would be an easement that you could not fence off, so that it would be an open trail that would lead all the way around the community that people could trail ride on. So your fence would be 15 feet inside of your back boundary line.
Well, the south boundary's got a railroad along it, I believe, and that will have a new fence, hopefully along that, for security, off the.
Yes, sir. There's really good buffer right back there with trees, but I would say that we would probably run a fence along this area right here for security. And then Mr. Lanning has also requested for us to share in a cost of a new boundary fence on the east side as well. And he's obviously a horse guy. He's got pretty detailed, fairly detailed fence type that he wants. Oh, is there a fence down here? Okay.
All right, Commissioners, anything else?
How wide will those lots be when you plot it out?
Are you talking about the frontage? A minimum of 150 feet. And depending on where if they're on a cul-de-sac, they may pinned down a little bit, depending on how we lay it out. But we'll work with the engineer, the county engineer, and our engineer to make sure we conform to all county standards. I would personally, and I'm going to push for having some more green space in here. Again, we just took a piece of land and just drew it up with lots. I'd like to see some community green space and, you know, places where people can kind of enjoy themselves instead of having everything, you know, tied up into a home site.
Anything else? Commissioners, thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you very much for your time.
Yeah, thank y'all for your time. Commissioners, I think we still need to do a little homework and get more clarity on exactly what kind of agreement we're going to have, since it's a pretty big change to our normal course of business now. It's going to add some more responsibility certainly to Brian and potentially Commissioner Harrison. And we don't want to end up in the same boat we've been on several others in the past, so I'd like to see us take a little bit of time, put it on the old business and come back to it at the next meeting and maybe have something worked out. I know we need to get some clarity on Shady Grove. Daniel, you said the city, they're working on a new contract.
Yes.
We need to make sure that gets finalized to make sure they're going to have water capacity to service it. And we need to get something from Eddie Daniels at Dunaway Engineering, is that what the new name is? And then get a little bit more ideas about how this escrow agreement's going to work. And if you see any loopholes in it or anything, Daniel. So, Commissioner, if it's all right, we'll just table it for next meeting. And do we have a point person to call and talk to, or Jeremy's going to be it, or we got? You're volunteered. Thanks for jumping up and volunteering real quick there. All right. All right, well, we'll table this till the next meeting, and hopefully between now and then we can come up with something that works for everybody.
Thank you.
Action item number 30. Oh, thank you. Action item number 30, replat of lot 17 of Countrywood in Precinct 2. Brian?
Okay, this is, the thing was aiming at my forehead. This is a replat. It is actually a family-to-family division, but since it is in a recorded subdivision, a recorded plat, and they're changing that, then they're going to replat it. And it will require a public hearing. All the letters have gone out, ad in the newspaper, and all the typical stuff that goes along with a replat. There's some septic sprinklers that are going to have to move, so they're going to have a new septic permit. So on this one, I would recommend a conditional until the septic issues were taken care of. The property owner is aware of the septic issues, and they're in the process of getting those addressed now. So,
All right. Any questions? None. I'll open to a public hearing for the replat of lot 17 Countrywood. Does anybody here wish to speak for or against this replat? Anybody online, Daniel? Being no one, I'll close the public hearing. Commissioners, entertain a motion for approval of action item 30.
So moved.
Second?
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item 31, the amended plat of Mendez Addition in Precinct 2. Daniel? Or Daniel, sorry. I've called you everything in the book today. Brian.
thank you.
Well, you write Brian on your forehead so I can see it and make sure I call you by the right name.
This is just an amending plat. The original plat was recorded back in 2019, and they had some incorrect distances. So this amending plat takes care of that issue and has the correct distances on it. So.
All right, entertain a motion for approval.
So moved.
Second?
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 32, the final plat for Walker Estates Precinct 1.
Okay, this one, this plat will have a drainage plan with it, and the drainage plan is in discussions with the engineer. We're running into a shot clock issue here, so the engineer and Mark Hickman and the surveyor are having to make a couple of adjustments and just fine tune everything. So everything is looking like it's going to be okay as soon as they just make these last few tweaks to it. On this one, I would also recommend a conditional upon the approval of the drainage plan.
All right, any questions? Entertain a motion to approve this with the stated contingencies.
So moved.
Drainage plan.
Yeah, drainage plan.
Drainage plan.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 33, the final plat of Motivated Vision Phase 2.
It's a pretty basic plat, nothing fancy, nothing conditional.
All right, entertain a motion for approval.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 34, the final plat for Laura Estates in Precinct 2.
Again, pretty basic plat, nothing to be concerned about on it.
Entertain a motion for approval.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion second, all in favor say aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Action item 35, the final plat for Whispering Winds Phase 2 in Precinct 2.
Fairly basic. This is going against a new street that was constructed within the last, I don't know, 3-4 years. And they acquired some additional property that was unplatted previously, and so they're going to go ahead and get a few more lots on this, in this existing subdivision.
Okay. Entertain a motion for approval.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion second, all in favor say aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Action item 36, the final plat for Andrea Addition in Precinct 3.
And it's actually Andree.
Andree, oh, okay.
But it meets all the guidelines and fairly basic plat.
Entertain a motion for approval.
So move.
Second.
Got a motion second, all in favor say aye. All opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you, guys.
All right, anything else before the court today? Daniel, we all good? Okay. All right, nothing further, I'll entertain a motion to, we're gonna do that in executive session. Entertain a motion, go in executive session under items 1 through 4.
So move.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? We're going into executive session at 11:23.
We're up.
All right, it's 12:56. We're back in regular session to take action on items discussed in executive session. I need some water. I'd entertain a motion to approve. Hang on. Where's my note? To approve an interlocal agreement between Hunt County and Royce City for upgrades to road on County Road 2526, contingent upon the approval of said agreement, interlocal agreement being approved by the city of Royce City.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Daniel, anything else?
No, I don't.
Okay. Anybody else in the court got anything? Not? Entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Second.
We got a motion second. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. We're adjourned at 12:57. Go get something to eat.